you guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I cannot tell you how excited I am to have made my first ever dream board, visionary board of 2020. So join me, I'll show you the whole process of how I made it, and I can't wait to show you the finished result. Alright, so starting off, you'll need something to hang your actual pictures on. I'm just using this really thin board, but you can use whatever you have will work. And then you're also going to want to find pictures either off of Pinterest or just off online. These I got off of Unsplash, most of them. It's a free website where you can print pictures and you don't have to be worried about all the copyright and everything. So these are just pictures of goals that I either did last year and want to continue to do, or goals that I want to totally start this year. And so I'm so excited to put these on the board and kind of explain as I go through the pictures what they represent. Besides the board, the pictures and tape or whatever you're going to want to use to attach these, you're also going to want a list of the goals that you actually wrote out. At least this is what I did to stay really organized. So let's jump right in. Last year I started meal planning. I had never meal planned before. I always hated the idea of it. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna lay aside all the excuses that I've always made because I hate cooking and I hate doing all that, and I'm going to start meal planning. It relieved so much stress. I fell in love with it. And despite the fact that actually at the moment we are living with my folks while we finish up the cabin, I am actually really looking forward to starting to meal plan again as soon as we move in, which will hopefully be within a month or so. So these pictures are just to remind me, I want to meal plan, and I want to meal plan in a healthy way. It means I'll probably go grocery shopping every week or so and meal plan every Monday night. I will link my video in the description box below. It is actually the first YouTube video I made, and it was on meal planning. So check it out and see what you think if you want a simple, easy routine of meal planning that is easy for those of us who hate the idea of it. Last year, I finally felt like I finally got in control of my health. And you know it's a bad sign when you're like 18, 19 years old and you have to take a nap every day, you sleep 9, 10 hours a day, and you're still exhausted the next morning. So finally, I got in control of my health by eating a whole lot healthier and by taking vitamins every day. So that's something I definitely want to continue this next year. I feel like a totally different person since really changing my diet and focusing more on eating healthy. So that is definitely a goal of mine to continue this next year. This picture represents getting together with friends at least every 2 weeks is my goal. This last year I really tried to reconnect with friends that I just lost a lot of contact with through dating and getting engaged and getting married and then having our first baby. And I just realized over that period of time how valuable it is to have good friends and that I never want to take them for granted. And so this just represents every 2 weeks I'm hoping to get together with a friend and check up on them over coffee or having them out to dinner or whatever, and just continue to build those relationships that are so important and so easy to take for granted. This house is so adorable. So this actually represents hopefully the goal my husband and I have of getting another house to either fix up and flip or actually start renting out to someone this year. That's one of our long-term goals, is to have some rentals as a side income. And so this just represents hopefully getting another place. And if we found one like that, wouldn't that be the cutest? So my husband and I fixed up our first house. He actually bought it before we got married, and that was such a fun experience. And then we are fixing up our second house right now, and we're actually on our second year of marriage. And so I really hope, because we're going into our third year, that we can get a third house this year. So we've already bid on a couple, so we'll see what happens, but I'll keep you updated. Last year, I felt extremely stretched in my faith. I felt really challenged. I had a lot of doubts at the start of this year about different beliefs that I had, and I just felt like through a series of events, God brought different people into my life and really challenged me to examine what I actually believe and why. And so this just represents continuing this next year to grow in my relationship with God and really learn more about Him, fall deeper in love with Him, and then learn how to share that love and relationship with other people. So this is one that means a lot to me. first time this last year, I really tried to have all my gifts done by December for Christmas. Usually it's a last minute, totally stressful deal running to Walmart and getting a crappy gift on Christmas Eve. And I didn't want that to happen this last year because I really wanted to get gifts that showed that I'd really thought of people. And so by having all my Christmas gifts done by December, it relieved so much stress. It made me be able to enjoy the holidays so much more of Christmas. And also, it gave me so much more time to really get things that meant stuff to people. So I was able to take pictures of my family and have them develop on canvas and give those to my folks and to my grandparents, and that wouldn't have been able to be done had I done all my shopping late December. So that is definitely something I want to continue this next year. Another thing I definitely want to add on is just doing a more intentional job wrapping gifts. It sounds kind of stupid, but I would really like to start doing this kind of dark paper look with the twine and then like a dried fruit or some type of leaf or whatever to decorate the gifts and just show that I put love and care and intentionality into the presents that I'm giving people. Picture actually represents two things. This is actually me and my daughter. But the first thing that I wanted it to remind me of is to continue to grow into being a better wife and a better homemaker. I really want to live an intentional life, especially when it comes to relationships. And the most important earthly relationship I can have is with my husband. And so I've found that the longer I'm married, the more easy it is to take him for granted and to take for granted a good marriage and forget that a good marriage won't come without putting intentionality into it. And so that's the first. And the second thing I will jump into later in this video. Goals I'm so excited about having started this year was YouTube. It has been so much fun, and I had no clue how much I would enjoy this and how much of a creative outlet it has been. So I totally want to continue to do this year and learn to just get better at the craft, learn to get better at filming, better at niching down. And so my two goals with YouTube this next year is to hopefully gain over 1,000 subscribers, and the second one is to produce another 50 to 60 videos. So I'm so excited to have all of you on that journey, and thank you so much for the support I've received so far. It has been one of the things I enjoy doing the most. Alright, so now I want to dive into things that I totally want to start this new year and apply into my life that I really want to get better at and really just improve in. So the first thing that I have is daily habits. And so jumping into those, the first picture that I have is this picture. This girl has such beautiful hair, and this represents doing my hair every day. This sounds so retarded, but I have curly hair. It's a little bit hard to manage, and unless I really am intentional about doing it starting at the beginning of the day or taking a shower the night before and braiding it, putting it in a bun, the next day I just have a wreck for massive hair. So I definitely want to start being more intentional about doing my hair every single day and putting a little bit of extra effort into just looking put together with my hair and with my outfits. So that's my first daily goal. The next picture that I have is this girl holding these beautiful sweaters that I love, but this represents doing my laundry every day. So a goal of mine for this new year, once we move into the house, obviously, is that I want to keep a really neat and organized home. And part of the process of doing this that I want to apply is doing one load of laundry every day and making sure I go to bed every night with an empty sink of dishes and that I've loaded the dishwasher or washed them all, and so that I can start fresh every day. So those are what these two pictures represent. These are daily habits that I want to add as soon as we move into our new house. Another daily habit that I've already added onto the board is that I want to take vitamins every day and continue to eat healthy every day. So those are just ones that I want to continue that I started last year that I want to continue to carry into this next year. Alright, so moving on, the next thing that I really want to focus on is things to learn. I want to be someone who's constantly improving their skills, growing in their crafts, and learning and just becoming a better and better and more talented person. So the first thing that I'd really like to do is learn photography. I would love to get better at taking pictures, even just as a way to love my family by being able to take pictures of them. I want to document my daughter growing up, my incredibly handsome husband, and I don't want to pay the big bucks of having nice photos done. So I want to learn it to do myself. All right, this next one might sound silly, but I really want to get better handwriting. You know, you see that Pinterest handwriting that everyone craves and wants? That is what I want to grow in this year. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but I think if I just practice, a couple times a week or write in my journal, putting a lot more effort into my penmanship, by the end of the year, I think I could write so much better and have such better handwriting. This next picture is one that I kind of started this last year, but I want to grow in my ability to build things and in my ability to be able to be a better craftsman and carpenter. And so this is a big goal of mine this next year, is just to learn more of the process so that I can be a benefit to my husband when it comes time to fix up houses, and I actually know a little bit of what I'm doing. So this is a big one that I want to grow and learn in this year. The next thing that I really want to learn, that I've done a little bit of, but I really want to improve in, is watercolor painting. I've always loved the idea of learning to paint, and I've done a little bit of it, but I've never stuck to it consistently where I've seen a lot of improvement. So this is another big one that I want to learn to do this year. I've always been a bit of an artistic person. I love art, I love being creative, and so I think this would be a great creative outlet for me. I've already put these pictures down, but the next category that I have is my house goals. My first goal, of course, is for us to finish our house, which will hopefully be happening the next month or so, which I'm so excited about. The next thing is that I want to keep a neat and orderly home, and so these pictures kind of represent that. These are all just daily habits I can put into my life to really encourage that. So one thing is that I want to have a really minimal amount of stuff. I want to have everything really organized and labeled, and I want to keep everything really clean. So that is what this picture represents. All right, the next category that I have, that I kind of already addressed a little bit, is accomplishments. The first accomplishment I'd really like this year is to gain 1,000 subscribers, and the process of that, like I mentioned before, is hopefully to improve my filming abilities, post a lot more videos, and really get good at my content. The next thing is that I'd like to potty train my daughter. She is 9 months old right now, and I'm hoping by next year this time that she'll be totally out of diapers and totally potty trained. The last thing that I have for my accomplishments is that I'd really like to lose 10 pounds. I have really struggled with losing my last 10 pounds of my baby weight that I gained. I started out at about 128, got pregnant, lost 10 pounds because I was so sick, and then gained 30 pounds, got up to like 152. And now I'm back to about 138, and I just can't drop down lower than that. And so this represents losing weight and working out this year. Kind of along those same lines, the last category that I have that I wrote down is random but equally important. This sounds vain, but I'd really like to get a six-pack again. Not merely because I think six-packs are attractive, but also because I want to be in the best shape that I can be, to be the best wife I can be, and to be the best mom that I can. And I really want to start at ground zero every time I get pregnant and not have to, at the end of all the kids that we have, if we have a lot of kids, have to totally work off like 100 pounds of fat that I should have just worked off slowly as I had each one. So that is a big goal of mine, and that kind of carries into eating vitamins and eating healthy every day as well. Another big goal of mine this next year is to raise the majority of our food out of the garden, and by hopefully having meat chickens. I've done both of these. I've had a garden every single year basically, and I've raised meat chickens a couple of times, but this is a big thing I want to be able to do this year because we finally have a good amount of land and we're in this spot that I really think we'll be able to have a big garden and raise more animals. So I'm really excited about that. Also, along with that, depending on when we get our next house to fix up, if we do get one this year, I would really like to do a farmer's market. This has been on my goal list for years, and I've never actually done it. I've kind of chickened out, and it just hasn't been the right time. So I'd really like to raise enough vegetables to be able to have a farmer's market, hopefully. So that is another goal of mine. The last thing this picture represents is hospitality. Like I kind of mentioned earlier with getting together with a friend every 2 weeks, another goal that my husband and I would really like to do is be hospitable to more families that we know, that we really want to get to know better, that we really love, and that we really care about, and really focus more on those relationships that we have in the past. So this represents getting together at least with a family once a month, hopefully. Alright, so just to do a recap, my daily habits for this next year that I want to do is do my hair every day, do a load of laundry every day, keep up with my dishes every day. My house goals are to finish our house, first of all, which is mostly what my husband is doing, so he gets all the credit there. But finish the house, have a decluttered, organized home, and have a minimal amount of stuff, which really goes along with like decluttering, doing the laundry every day, and doing the dishes every day. Things I want to learn this year are photography, having better handwriting, watercolor painting, and becoming a better carpenter. Accomplishments I'd really like to see this year are gaining 1,000 subscribers, creating a lot more videos, potty training my daughter, and losing 10 pounds. Random but equally important is my relationship with God, striving to become a better wife and a better homemaker, which kind of ties in with the laundry, the dishes, and organized home and all that. Getting another fixer-upper. Getting all my Christmas gifts done by December and wrapping them intentionally. Sounds kind of stupid, but it's something I'm going to do. Getting a six-pack again. Woo! Getting together with a friend every 2 weeks. Having a family over for dinner every month. Growing the majority of our food and doing a farmer's market. Besides that, I didn't get a picture of this, but I do have these warts on my hand that are utterly gross. That's embarrassing to show in videos, and a goal of mine is to get rid of those within the next couple of months. So I'll keep you updated on how that goes, probably too. So if you guys like this video, please comment, subscribe, let me know your 3 top goals of 2020, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much for the support I've received so far in making these, and I wish you an amazing 2020.